Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. As you can see, we are in the Nether today. I don't think I've ever actually recorded in the Nether, but here we are anyway. One of the things I wanted to do today was to finally get a Wither Skeleton spawner up and running. Mainly because we're going to need some Nether stars. And yeah, well, you basically need the Nether stars for a bunch of things coming up. I want the tier 5 blood altar. There's some other recipes I've seen around the place that need the Nether stars. So I'm here in the Nether looking to make a spawner. Now, the one that I'm trying to make, or one that I'm going for, is actually the RFTools spawner. This is just because I've done the Mine Factory Reloaded one before. I know Ender.io has one as well, but it's like the powered spawner that they do, but it's pretty hefty on cost. Like, it costs you a lot of RF to run. RFTools, never done it before, so thought I'd give it a go. There is a Draconic Evolution one as well. Pretty nasty to make though. You need to find yourself, wherever it is, you need to get a mob soul, which is like a 1 in 1,000 chance to drop from a mob. You can increase it slightly, but I think you need one of the Draconic swords or something, or at least the Reaper enchant, or so I've been reading, but looks like that's a long way off. I mean, even just to make this sword here, I mean, that's crazy. And again, look, Nether Star. So we can't even do that until we have Nether Stars anyway. So here we are in the Nether. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this on camera or not. It depends how we go. So what I'm finding is a Wither Skeleton, and I've got this syringe here. Now this is the RFTools syringe. There are a couple of different sorts of syringe in this pack. Yeah, a bunch from Mine Factory Reloaded, but you want this one here, the RFTools one, and then find the mob you want, and essentially I think you just left click, stab him with the syringe, and then hopefully you'll end up with whatever needs to be in the syringe to spawn that mob. This might take me a while, so I'll probably do this bit off camera to... Oh no, wait, look at that. Oh. Oh, it's filling up. I'm doing really well to not get hit so far. Okay, that's enough. Let's kill him. And kill him. Now, mob skeleton essence level 100. Okay, so we've got 100. Now, this may not work because we've got that same old problem with the other spawners in that the Wither skeletons are actually still just skeletons. Now, with Mine Factory Reloaded, I don't know if you guys have done that, but when you spawn in Mine Factory Reloaded, if you don't do exact copy, there's a little exact copy button, you get just a regular skeleton. You have to do the exact copy to get the Wither skeletons. Now, not sure if that's going to happen with this. We'll give it a go anyway and see what happens. So let's jump back through. We have a shared portal room with one of the other guys on the server. Oh, we've got pigs coming through at the same time. So this is Sneddo's little base here. He's moved mostly out of that room and he's done all sorts of crazy stuff up there. So let's go and see what else I need to make with this. So back over here, we need the RFTools spawner. I think it's that one. Yep, so we're going to need to make this. It's going to need a resonant machine frame, so that's going to take me a little bit to make. So I'll make this, and I'll come back in just a moment and see what we need to do from there. See you in a little bit. Okie dokie, we are down underneath our base in one of the rooms. I've cleared a little space in here, and this is where we're going to put our spawner and all the other bits and pieces we need to run it. Now, I've chosen this side because it's sort of underneath the magic area. There's nothing else I'm going to put here. It's close enough to power, and it's probably going to be chunk loaded eventually. So I didn't really want to spread too far out, so putting it here seems to be a reasonable assumption. Cool, so I'm going to put that there. I've left a block above so that we can run power to it when we need to get power to it. We need to put our syringe in there. Now it does just say skeleton, and we're going to need bones, dirt, and leaves. So we need these things called matter beamers. Now, where are they? Matter receiver? No. Matter transmitter? Dialing device? No, it's not one of those. It's definitely called a beamer. Meta beamer, there we go. Cool, pretty easy. Oh, another machine frame. Okay, I'm gonna need to make more resonant machine frames. These take quite a while to make. They're 50 million RF for each one. So I'm gonna go away and make, well, at least 3 meta beamers just so that we can get one for each of these. And then I'll tidy up this room as well and get things set up with some power so that we can see about, you know, spawning this and see if it's actually a skeleton or whether it's a wither skeleton. Hopefully it'll be a wither skeleton. If not, we'll have to think of something, think of something different to do. Alright, so I'll be back in, well, quick time for you, probably a long time for me, as I need to get these resonant machine frames. See you in a moment. Okie dokie. We have made a bunch of machine frames, and I'm up here because I'm going to steal some seeds from here. One of the reasons I'm stealing seeds is, where are we? Here we go. As you can see, I've changed a bit of stuff, but I'm stealing seeds because inside this spawner, there's this leaf block. Now, leaf actually means any living item, which can mean seeds or meat or something like that. So because I actually have a bunch of seeds, I'm going to use seeds. We also need a bone, so only one bone will do. I'm told you're supposed to pipe these things in fairly evenly. So in other words, I'm going to put a stack of dirt in, a single bone, which is still going to be too much. And then maybe, I don't know, half a stack, quarter of a stack. Yeah, quarter of a stack of seeds should be good. I really only want to put one in there for this first run just to see if it works, because I'm really not sure if it's gonna do what we need it to do. Now, the other thing I wanted to do quickly, is grab myself a stack of that and run over here and just build myself a little barrier so that if I spawn anything in there, it can't get out and get me. Now, the other thing to do is we've got to connect. Like, as you can see, I've built these matter beamers here. They're not bound to anything. You just need any old wrench. Well, the forestry wrench seems to work. So you click one, destination set, cool, and cool. So the destinations are set for all of those now. Let's jump back out. As you can see, I've got power coming over here as well, so some HV line running across into just a basic capacitor here, and then the power running along the back to our 3 matter beamers and the one spawner. So let's actually give this a go. So we need to have lots of dirt, a bit of melon, and the bone. Now, I'm not sure what we need to do to turn these on. Okay, so that's opening the manual. And what's this other button? I need to... There, okay, so GUI style. That's just the GUI style. That's not anything special. Using it requires a bit of setup. Syringe, yes, we've got that. And then we need... Right, so I think we need redstone for this. So what we're going to do is... Now, there is a way that we can actually get the items to be really evenly spread, but it's with a block called the sequencer. And as you can see, it needs a machine base, which is another resonant machine frame. So this thing is just crazy on resonant machine frames. So I'm not going to do too much of that. For now, I'm going to do the really, really simple cheating way of getting the redstone going. Because this is just a proof. Like, this is just to prove that we can do it. Okay, that's not going to work, clearly. Yeah, cool. We can put them on there. Meta beaming in. Oh, I can't quite see it. Here we go. What are we doing? So I'm not sure if I need to have a redstone on this as well. Matter's definitely being beamed though. So what's this one down to? Oh yeah, so we're still using, so it's going to get to 30 and then that should be enough for that. We've already used up all of the bone and all of the stuff, so... that's unfortunate. So here we have a normal skeleton. Now the normal skeleton is Not what we wanted to see, unfortunately. So it seems to be that you can't use this sort of spawner. Now that we've made all of this stuff, which is kind of annoying, we can't use it for wither skeletons. So we're gonna have to find another way of doing it. Yeah, look, there's our second one as well. That's very disappointing. All right, let's turn these off. Okay, so it proves that this works, and this is how we can use the spawner. So I might use this for something else. You know, we could easily put a cow in there to get leather, or any other number of mobs that we want to put in there. Actually, there is one thing I do want to try. It's going to take me a while, so I'm going to have to run away. But what I'm thinking is that if we get enough wither skulls, and we actually summon the wither, like the actual boss, then we'll use another syringe, try and take samples of the wither boss by itself, and then we might actually be able to summon it directly without needing to go through the wither skulls stage at all. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go away and give that a go. It's going to take me a while to get those wither skulls because they are a bit of a pain to get that first lot. But I'll be back once I have some of them, and we'll see if we can't go about maybe getting this thing to summon the wither directly. That would be pretty cool if we could do that. So, see you in a bit. Okie dokie, this is going to be highly interesting. I've managed to get 3 wither skeleton skulls. I did this with I managed to have a king slime cleaver, so the cleaver's pretty good if we hold shift there. Chance to behead 20%. That seemed to work pretty well. In fact, I actually got 4 skulls out of about 7 kills, so really, really good result there for those. So I have my soul sand, I have my wither skeleton, I have a new empty syringe, and I also have this tiny little room, which I'm not sure will be big enough to spawn it. I'm going to give it a go though. I want to trap this thing here, and ideally there's the first phase of the fight where it's just powering up. I'm hoping I can fill the syringe up during that phase of the fight. So here goes nothing. Oh, and you can, look at that. Fantastic. Awesome. I have essence level 100% and I have wither. Ha! That's cool. Now I've got to kill this one, which is going to be interesting. Awesome. All right, so I get an interesting thing there. Got my first nether star, got another yellow heart, and another division sigil. Cool. And I had plenty of health there to do that. Thankfully, I do have 10 red heart canisters and 2 yellow heart canisters. So plenty of health there to do that. And it looks like we've managed to get a syringe full of the wither. And we could get that during that power up period as well, which is even better. Now, what do we need for this? We need 0.1 of a nether star. Now that's interesting. So that means from 1 nether star, we can actually get 10 more withers. Now, what is that? That looks like soul sand, and this is just general organic stuff. So that's the meat or seeds or leaves. So it looks like with a decent enough supply of soul sand, we could throw our 1 little nether star in there, and then just keep supplying soul sand and seeds and spawning a bunch of withers for 20,000 RF even, which isn't too bad. Bit hefty on the price of the nether star though. That's kind of crazy. So I want to give this a go now. I want to give this a go while we're on camera. Why not? Why not? Just try it. Now, as you know, or as you may know, all of the servers that we play with mob griefing turned off. Now, I know some people think that's, a bit cheaty, but we tend to play as builders, not as fighters. So the mob griefing thing means that when the wither explodes, it's not going to destroy any of the stuff in here. It's just going to, float around and do what it needs to do without essentially, wrecking the place. So I'm going to just fill this in. I should probably replace this with glass at some point, but for now, as long as it can't get out, whew, okie dokie, let's go get some soul sand. Actually, let's see which one of these. All right, so they're all empty. Now we're going to need 40 soul sand. Actually, we're going to need a ton of soul sand. So let's grab. Wow. Okay. So we haven't got much soul sand. Let's just. So the goal of this is to at least get 1 or 2 nether stars back out for every 1 nether star that we spend in there. It's a bit expensive that it needs that It's a bit expensive that it needs the nether star to run. Well, 0.1 of a nether star. So yeah, it's always going to be interesting. So let's. Oh, this is exciting. This is going to be crazy. So let's put our soul sand in there. Our seeds in there. Now it's going to be horribly out of balance. Put that nether star in there. I guess we can always get another one again. Grab everything out of here. That is set to go. Let's go, go, go. Let's just leave one hole there and see if it spawns one. So we have. Yep, so when this gets down to, so what was that? We needed 40 of them. So when it gets down to 24, that will be 40 of those. We've already done as many of those, and the nether star's already long gone. So when this gets down to 24, we should see a spawn with 20,000 RF. Now, 20,000 RF isn't really a lot for what we're doing here. And I've got no food either. Do I have enough health? Yeah, I've got enough health. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Look at that. Huh. And he has no power up time either. That's very, very interesting. So cool. And we get another nether star back out of it. Awesome. So now the next thing to test will be, can we put just some more soul sand in here and get it to spawn another one? So it had 24 left, which means we need another 16 to be put in there. So let's just block that up. I'm going to need some more food, definitely, for this time. So let's just go and grab some steak. Would be good. And we're getting more division sigils as well. So this is going to give us wither. Yep. Cool. All right, so we didn't actually. Let me kill this before I talk. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to set that up to automatically kill them now, potentially, but there is our source of nether stars. That's fantastic. We're going to end up with a ton of division sigils. We're going to end up with yellow hearts. Oh my god, we're going to be able to set our health up quite high with that. Now that's still showing the... Oh. Right, so because I put enough soul sand in there to spawn even a third one, there is now a third one in there. Cool. And we should theoretically be able to get 10 from a single nether star, which is a fantastic result. This is an awesome build. So we don't need wither skulls, we don't need to farm them or whatsoever. We literally just need... we just need to do it like this. And this is a fantastic way of doing it. Let's kill one more. Cool, and it doesn't really kill me too much. I mean, I could probably do that, looking at the health I have left, you could probably do that with, you know, without the extra hearts and stuff as well. But there we have it, look at that, 3 nether stars from 1 nether star. I could probably get 7 more out of there as long as I go and find some soul sand. We've got the seeds covered, but we do need to, we need to get some soul sand happening from somewhere. I don't know, we're going to need to farm some or set up some way of getting soul sand. But for now, I think that is a fantastic result, actually. A bit of a hiccup there with not being able to summon the wither skeletons. Let's just turn these off. Without being able to, as I said, not being able to summon the wither skeletons, but we don't need them. We don't need them. We just need to summon one, get the syringe, and like I said there, you can fill the syringe before it even finishes powering up. So you can get that syringe really easily, and then the same time as you get the syringe, you get your first nether star to power the first lot, and then you'll get like 10 back. So fantastic. Alrighty. Well, I think that's it for me for this time. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.